Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Clyde makes an outrageous claim to a gun-wielding Chad, and EJ confronts Melinda. Over the phone, Nicole tells Rafe that Sloan hit EJ with a flower pot and took off. She says EJ is at the sanitarium getting checked out, but in reality, he's at Melinda's office, defying her about Sloan. After hanging up with Nicole, Rafe makes calls, ordering people to find Sloan. At the manse, Nicole reflections to Eric about Sloan getting down. She knows that Eric's passions are more complicated than hers, because he loved Sloan. A sullen Eric says it's hard to believe that any of it was real. "I guess it wasn't," he says. "None of it was." Eric will get Nicole the sanctioned birth instrument so they can change Jude's name. Nicole isn't sure they'll do that. The name suits him. He'd love it if she kept it, especially since she's the reason he chose it. In her office, Melinda seethes over Sloan telling EJ about her involvement in Jude's baby napping. She tries to defend herself, but EJ rails at her for devastating Nicole. "She didn't earn that." "And Eric did?" Melinda retorts. She knows EJ's just trying to keep Nicole from the man she truly loves. EJ pontificates about his and Nicole's love and how Jude cements their family. Melinda points out Jude is the son of a man EJ despises. How will it feel to raise Eric Brady's child? Further, Greg Vaughn teases Great Lucre at the campground in Montana. Harris implores Ava to lower her gun from Clyde. When she does, Harris bonds Clyde and gruffly orders Ava back to the hostel. She reluctantly leaves as Harris starts to read Clyde his rights. He's intruded by Chad, who picks up Ava's gun and aims it at his woman's killer. Harris tries to reason with Chad, but Chad wants to know the verity about Abigail's death. Stefan finds Rafe in the square to talk to him about Melinda refusing to renew Lee's murder case. Rafe shares that Melinda won't help him with Gabby unless he helps her with her legal troubles. As they sit to communicate ways to deal with the DA, Rafe expresses his appreciation for Stefan sticking by his family. His fastness to their marriage is the only thing getting Gabby through. Stefan flashes back to having coitus with Ava. Further, is this Xander's mama? In the square, Rafe crosses his arms as he regards Stefan at the manse. Eric explains that St. Jude is a symbol of faith when people feel hopeless. He chose the name because of the baby he and Sloan lost, but also because he was allowing of her. Nicole offers to let him spend as important time with Jude as he wants. Eric appreciates it, but it just makes it harder. In Melinda's office, EJ proclaims that Jude is a demara who'll want for nothing. Melinda counters his father will be a cold-hearted swine who kept him from his real pater. EJ reminds her she made a mama suppose her infant was dead. However, they'll come out as winners if they both keep their mouths shut. Do we understand each other? Melinda will keep quiet for now, but she may need a favor in the future. EJ will happily oblige. Further, Casey Moss brings JJ back to Salem, Indiana, the Montana motel room. Ava Riley smiles at an humorless Lucas. Ava returns to the motel, where Lucas tells her the feds took Goldman down and that Chad's in Montana, too. Ava worries about all the falsehoods she's told, some of which Harris doesn't know about. She wonders how important he'll be willing to forgive. Lucas advises her not to go to the worst place with this. He can tell Harris cares about her. Ava quips about taking advice from a man who abducted Isaac's wife. Lucas admits to letting his dubieties creep in. However, they'd still be together if he hadn't abducted Sammy. Ava worries that they haven't heard from Harris. In the square, Rafe tells Stefan that the ISA decrypted Clyde's black book. However, Rafe is confident Clyde will take it if there's indeed a trace of a deal on the table. Stefan prodigies if Clyde's word would be enough to free Gabby. However, Rafe says they'll keep fighting if it's not. When Rafe leaves for the station, Stefan pensively looks at his marriage band. Further, Lauren Koslow's mama dies just shy of 100th birthday at a table in the forecourt. Stefan casually leans back in as president. Rafe hardly leans toward him at the campground. Chad presents his proposition that Clyde killed Abby because she was getting too close to his medicine operation. Chad was sent there to cover his woman. But he can retaliate her. Clyde says Abigail was killed for way further than medicine plutocrat. She got what she merited, and so did Chad. Chad tightens his grip on the gun. Clyde dares Chad to pull the detector. When Chad vows to absolutely end him, Clyde claims that Abigail is alive. EJ vs. Melinda, Gabby's complication, Chad's Abigail discovery, Ava's killer move. Days of our lives are then. Suckers can anticipate EJ DiMera to face off with Melinda Trask. Coming up on Days of Our Lives, Chad DiMera gets life-altering news. Harris Michaels tries to stop Ava Vitale from committing murder. Rafe Hernandez and Stefan DiMera continue figuring out a way to free Gabby Hernandez DiMera. Plus, Nicole Walker DiMera and Eric Brady have a heart-to-heart. EJ DiMera vs. Melinda Trask. DOL reveal that Melinda played the Gabby card with Rafe. It's the only reason why Melinda was yanked out of the quarter attorney's office and bind. Trending. DOL Holly's prom night disaster. Is Big Tate trouble brewing? Rafe was there to arrest Melinda for helping Sloan Peterson Brady steal Nicole's baby. Still, EJ is going to renew Lee Shin's murder case. Melinda is Gabby's stylish stopgap, and Rafe knows that. EJ has made a pledge to Nicole, however. So, EJ will be in a tight spot, especially since Melinda and Sloan are besties. Flashback, Sloan told Melinda about EJ's deal. So, Melinda and EJ will face off. Gabby Hernandez, DiMera's freedom on, Rafe and Stefan will continue working together to free Gabby. Rafe might tell Stefan about what happened with Melinda. While Rafe has always been a zealot of justice, this is his little family we're talking about. Plus, with the complicated juices involved, we could see Rafe take the law into his own hands. Trending. Days of Our Lives star Lindsay Godfrey opens up about some of Sarah Horton's changes. Chad DiMera's life-altering discovery. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Wednesday, June 5th reveal that Chad will get life-altering news. This is presumably connected to the daily exercise clip, which shows Clyde Weston, James Redd, telling Chad that Abigail DiMera, Marcy Miller, is still alive. Chad wouldn't know if Clyde is telling the verity or not, however. Chad is going to want to turn over every gemstone to find out. However, Chad will do everything in his power to find her, if there's indeed a slight chance that Abigail is alive. DOL on Harris tries to stop Ava from committing murder. Plus, Eric and Nicole will have an emotional talk about Jude DiMera. Nicole might give Eric some one-on-one time with Jude. Still, if EJ finds out, it could produce a lot further problems for everyone. When will the full verity about Eric's lineage come out? Casey Moss returns to DOL, JJ Devereaux heads back to Salem. Days of Our Lives reveal that an instigative comeback is on the way. Grounded on many social media hints, DOL suckers were formerly starting to suspect that Casey Moss might be returning to Days as JJ Devereaux, but now there's more proof. According to Sod Set side sources, Moss has indeed been spotted rephotographing again, but the show's staying tight-lipped about the details. It's tough to say how long Moss will stick around as JJ Devereaux, but we've enough good idea of when his first airdate back will be. There's buzz from Days interposers about JJ coming home in time for Christmas, so he should have a chance to reunite with his family and Musketeers by also. Some spots are claiming that JJ will be back for Doug Williams' burial, but it actually looks like he may not resurface until after the homage airs. There's no firm evidence on that yet, but we'll be sure to give you updates as further Days word becomes available. Anyhow, Casey Moss will indeed return as JJ Devereaux and should be back on screen before the time's over.